Hey all, and thanks for checking out this video. Aegis Kingdoms Update 5 is now live and it brings a fairly large amount of changes and new content. If you didn't know, Aegis Kingdoms is a TMO RPG, which means it's a tiny multiplayer online role-playing game or a small MMO. It's built for a small community experience, to be a fun place to be, and really just a home game for people. It's completely free to play, and you can also play offline for a limited time whilst we're on Milestone 1, which is just a super kind of fancy way of saying that whilst we're developing the game, the servers aren't online all the time, so we've kind of provided like an offline and LAN mode for you as well. Anyway, we're developing Aegis Kingdoms incrementally and bringing out regular updates as we aim for structured milestones. These help us keep on track and are also much more realistic to achieve rather than trying to build, a massive open world online RPG in one fell swoop. It also means you can play Aegis Kingdoms earlier, provide feedback, and get involved in the community with something tangible to enjoy, i.e. actually play the game. Update 5 is our Community Clash update, which means it brings all the necessary features for us to host our PvP event, which we are calling our Community Clashes. They're a bit of fun, and this one is taking place on Saturday, the 11th of December 2021 at 5 PM UK time. That's 5 PM GMT. We'll be logging in and having a big fight in an arena with a chance to win some rare in-game items and also some unique Discord roles too. But don't worry if you missed this one, we'll be hosting another one later in 2022. If you look on our Trello, you'll see a public list of all the changes we've brought. Rather than go through every single one of them in this video, I thought I'd just list the highlights. So, in no particular order, it's our brand new UI which has been implemented. This took me a little over 70 hours to do over the space of about 2 weeks. Not because it's particularly difficult, but because, you just don't realise how much there is to a UI until you set out to make one. We're going for sort of like a mix of mobile and PC because we want the UI to be kind of like mostly universal and compatible on as many platforms as possible. So no matter which platform you're using, you can just sort of like log in and play. Of course, there will be some differences, but where possible, it's mostly the same. We've added the much needed back slot. This may be a rather trivial feature, to be honest, and I think even expected in most RPG games nowadays, but you've got to remember we're still building Aegis Kingdoms, which means there is that kind of continual process of building. So now you can equip capes, cloaks, backpacks, and more. We're also thinking about cosmetic weapons as well, so like having an extra sword sheath on your back and those sorts of things. And honestly, the sky's the limit, but in Update 5 you'll be able to grab yourself some capes, even the adventurer's backpack straight off the bat. Walking has finally been implemented. Sometimes all you want to do is just slow down and enjoy walking around the area, and now you can. You'd be surprised at how many games don't actually allow you to just walk, so we wanted you to be able to do that, so there we go. Now, if you forgot the walk key, or the button to walk, you can now check out our new controls UI. Technically this isn't a brand new feature, but it's a lot more cohesive with the rest of the aesthetic, and whilst we probably will tweak things in the future, we've made it much easier for ourselves actually to add new keys and controls on the fly rather than just having a static image. So I think much better. A wonderful little quality of life feature we have is the ability to not break your mouse when attacking. Instead, you can now simply hold down the attack button and your character will swing away into infinity. What can I say? We're invested in you, and we don't want you, or rather our game, breaking your hardware. So yay for that. You can now walk in between some trees, so yay for immersion. Basically, beforehand, it was just a cluster of trees, but only one collider, so I went through and gave them all individual ones. But there we go. There are new items such as shields, bombs, and fire jars. Basically, we wanted more creative ways of you to annihilate your opponents, and you can now enjoy throwing bombs at your friends. And fire jars. That's good. So that's cool. Anyway, that actually nicely leads into our new hotbar abilities to enhance your combat experience. So rather than being permanently unlocked, they're actually attached to a particular item if you're equipped. We're still sort of looking at the best way to kind of assign these to players. We don't know whether it should be kind of open up your book and assign them, or whether they should automatically be kind of added when you equip the item, but for now you can view your current abilities by pressing T and assigning them by clicking on the hotbar and selecting the item which you want. Finally, we've added a new armor set into the common drop pool in the arena as a reward for killing more difficult mobs. So you'll need to work together to kill these mobs. They are not a soloable thing. If you do that, I'll be extremely impressed and I will just give you something for free. You'll need to send me a video, by the way. I will hold my word to that. But yeah, so they're a little bit harder than regular orcs, but you know, you can kill them. You'll see them. It's a blue drop as opposed to a green drop, and that'll give you some nice new armor. So that is the Battle-Worn Clasher armor set. And of course, there are a ton of fixes and changes which you can read about on our Trello. We're very open about our development and post most things publicly. But that's all for today, so thank you so much for watching. Join our Discord to be involved in impromptu playtests and generic shenanigans. Also, join us for our community clashes for a bit of fun and to meet new people. All information is on our Discord and in the description of this video. You can download and play Aegis Kingdoms right now, and we'll be turning the servers on at 3 PM GMT Saturday the 11th of December, which, as of recording, that is tomorrow at 3 PM, so you can join in and have a bit of fun with us. And this marks our milestone 1 for the community clash, so now we'll be focusing development on our adventure mode. You can find the roadmap in game and also on our Trello and itch.io page. So thank you, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.